Ladies and gentlemen, you join me with the Suzuki GSX-8R, and this is a sport bike that must be on your list if you're upgrading from something like a 400cc or even a 650, and here's why. The GSX-8R is not a replacement for the GSX R600 range at all. This is a motorcycle for people who want to enjoy sporty riding without the commitment that super sport bikes need. For example, the seating position on this motorcycle is extremely comfortable. You sit fairly upright, the foot pegs are also neutrally placed, and the handlebar, although a clip-on, is raised slightly so that there's no load on the wrists or shoulders whatsoever. This is a sweet and refined 776cc inline twin-cylinder engine that produces close to 85 horsepower and just enough torque to keep things interesting. It is mated to a 6-speed transmission which has an up and down quick shifter. While we used it on the road, we were very comfortable to use the quick shifter while upshifting, but when downshifting, it felt a little too hard, so I preferred using the clutch. A lot of the torque is available very early in the rev range, and it progresses to an extremely healthy mid-range, and the motorcycle has enough power to see it all the way to the red line. So you can ride it in town in 6th gear at 50 kilometers an hour, or rip it down a twisty road going through the gears until you hit the red line, and the Suzuki responds in exactly the way you want it to. And that is what we like about this motorcycle, because in addition to having a powerful engine, what it also has is an extremely neutral handling setup, which means this motorcycle does not push the rider to do anything. Rather, it responds exactly the way the rider wants, and we feel that is an extremely endearing characteristic to have in a motorcycle, both for beginners and experts alike. Suzuki have 3 power delivery modes, A, B and C. A gives you full power, C gives you the least. And even when using it in A, the power delivery is so smooth and so seamless that this motorcycle does not feel scary to ride at all. Braking at the front is managed by twin discs and radially mounted Nissin calipers, and the braking bite, feel and progression is beyond reproach. But we feel that this motorcycle could have benefited from a slightly grippier set of rubber, because these Dunlops, at times, they feel like they are limiting the potential of the Suzuki. At the end of the day, recommending this motorcycle to somebody upgrading from a 500cc motorcycle is extremely easy, because it has impressive levels of refinement, performance and neutral handling. At Rs 9.25 lakh ex-showroom, this motorcycle is fairly expensive for what it offers, because for 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom, you have the Honda CBR 650R, and for 9.72 lakh rupees ex-showroom, you also have the Daytona 660. And both those motorcycles make roughly 10 horsepower more than this one. So in terms of competition, it may be difficult to choose between these motorcycles, but for what it is, this is an extremely engaging machine to have for beginners and experts alike.